The Resident Evil 2 remake is probably one of the best games I've ever played. It has this great dynamic where it's always tense, it's always anxiety inducing, and you almost never feel like you have enough supplies to deal with what the game is throwing at you. I'm one of the rare people who actually likes the feeling of fear and anxiety. I love it. So games like this are kind of my thing. But I don't like those jump scare horror games, right? Outlast sucked. Frankly, I never liked Outlast. Alien Isolation was pretty good, just for the survival bit. The jump scares and all that did nothing for me. Resident Evil 2 is exactly what I want with a horror game. I don't want it to be jump scary. I want it to be tense. I want to feel like genuine fear, not like jumping fear, right? There's a mod that has been out for, from what I understand, roughly a week, maybe 2. I don't really know how long this has been out, honestly. But it's a mod that no one is talking about that everybody should be.
There it is.
This is the Resident Evil 2 first person mod. Now, just to give you an idea of how this shifts the game, without me just telling you how it does, I'm going to play a couple scenes that I recorded twice. Once the normal way that you play the game, and once with the first person mod turned on, and just show you kind of the effects that this brings out for the game.
Freeze! I'll shoot! Shit! Freeze! I'll shoot! What the hell? This is out of control. This is out of control.
So hopefully that's enough for you guys to just get like a general idea of what I'm going to be talking about with what this mod accomplishes, because even just those like small little bits, you can really see like drastic changes to the way that the game is displayed to you as the player. The first thing that I want to really get into is just how much more personal the game feels playing in first person. Now, this is a very obvious change. You know, I didn't think anyone would expect that the game feels more like you are really playing as that person in third person as compared to first person, because obviously when you're playing from somebody's perspective, like what they are seeing, it's going to feel much more like you are experiencing what they are, rather than looking at it from over their shoulder, right? But it's not this little small difference, right? It's so major. So really all that the mod actually does is it just takes like the camera that you'd normally watch the game through, and I'm pretty sure it just sticks it into like one of the eyeballs of the player character, right? It is such a small change that literally changes the entire way that the game is played. And since Leon here, all of the gameplay that I captured was playing as Leon, since his head is animated to like bob around while he's moving, because obviously it's not going to be annoying to people who are playing the game because it's not from his perspective, when you play in first person, it feels disorienting. It feels like you are actually running. You're not just like kind of floating through like most shooters feel like. It feels like you're walking around. It feels like you're running. And especially when you get injured and you start to limp and the bob gets even worse, it's kind of terrifying. It is an actual struggle to just run away, right? When I'm playing in third person, if I don't want to waste ammo on an enemy, I can just run away and it's no big deal. When I'm playing in first person, it feels like a much bigger deal to try to run away from something as compared to third. Granted, a lot of that also comes from the fact that when I'm playing in third person, I can watch over my shoulder as I run forward, right? When I'm in first person, I can't look back. I'm just running forward, hoping that they're not on top of me. So overall, just like generally the way that the game is shown to you, it feels more like you are exploring the police station. It feels more like you are running through the city streets. Whatever you're doing, it feels like you are doing it, not like Leon is doing it. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is like combat in this game, actual like engagements with enemies. They also feel much more personal and much more terrifying. A lot of the times when you have the pistol and you're kind of like aiming down at them and they're slowly moving towards you as you're trying to shoot at them, it's terrifying in first person. But when I really notice how much scarier it gets in first person is when they get right up on top of me, like when a zombie's biting me. That's terrifying in first person. When I'm trying to wait for a zombie to get close so that I can just blow their head off with the shotgun instead of use 2 shots to take them down, just use 1. When I try to let them get that close, like my anxiety just shoots up because it is so tense trying to figure out like when is the right moment to pull the trigger on that zombie, because if I wait too long, he's gonna bite me. If I shoot too early though, I'm gonna end up wasting ammo. It's really scary. Licker encounters are also terrifying because they move so fast, and like trying to aim at the licker and really keep up with where they're going in first person with the camera being as disorienting as it is, it's so scary. Like I feel like I'm not going to hit any of my shots, and I feel like generally I do take more shots to take down a licker in first person just because like combat does get harder because of how disorienting the camera is now. But overall, I feel like that helps the game just because the game is supposed to make you feel like you're powerless. The game is supposed to feel like you have nothing you can do. You just have to try your best to survive, and it really does feel much more like that in first person. So I'm just going to stop talking there just because I feel like this is something that you really should experience for yourself if you can. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't want to give too much away for people who haven't tried this and feel like they want to. I would say if you have this game on PC, this is something that you need to check out. Like even just to try it, I would say beat the game normally first, just because this is something that I would want to do on repeat playthroughs. But like, for example, with the DLC that just came out, I didn't play that in first person, even though I had already gotten this mod, just because it's like, as fun as it is, it's not the way that the game is meant to be played. I would say if you've beaten like Leon A and you haven't done Claire B yet, then like sure, go and replay Leon A in first person. That's probably fine. But I would just say don't play a campaign in this game in first person before you play it in third. Play it the way it's meant to be played and then go back and do this. It's so fun. It makes replaying the game so much more fun for me. If you have Resident Evil 2 on PC, just check this out. You'll probably love it. I love it. I mean, you guys, this mod was good enough for me to make a serious video in 2019 just to talk about it. Like, seriously. And that's all I'm going to say for today. So if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you know every time I schedule a premiere or upload a new video. I'll hope to see all of you guys back here next time, and goodbye.